Hello, welcome to online Hijama and Leech therapy course. We are in third chapter, seventh step. Seventh step is the incision, how to do Hijama cuts, and what you need to know during the cuts. We will cover in this video this subject. We will talk about the length and the space of the Hijama cuts, depth of the Hijama cuts, finger and hand position is very important. We will talk about it, and also material you use during the Hijama application, which material is possible we can use, which one is better, and what's the difference. We're going to talk about these subjects. First, we're going to talk about the length and the space of the Hijama cuts. If our cup diameter is 7 centimeter, which is 2 and 3/4 inches, it is 1 centimeter length, and space between the cuts also 1 centimeter is ideal. If you want to do that, the first cut, of course, the edge of the circle is not going to be 1 centimeter. It's going to be very small cuts. Second may not be the 1 centimeter. Third also maybe a little bit longer than 1 centimeter. And also the rest of the cuts is going to be symmetrical to the beginning of the cuts. This is the first line of the cuts. Second line, when you do the cuts, what you have to do, just building a brick wall, you have to try to bring the cuts in between, right on the middle, right on the center, and make sure your cut, wherever the finish line of the finish point of the above cut, and it has to be starting point, it has to be same as the this cut. So finish point of the upper level of the cuts should be aligned with the starting point of the bottom of the cuts. So this is the first way. Second way, let's change the color from here. This is what we want. But if you do 1 millimeter, 3/32 of inches, if you go inside like this is also acceptable. At the beginning, when your fingers is not trained enough, not fast enough, so if you happen to do this like this, that's also acceptable. You see there is a little gap from here to here. Let's change the color again. Also, if you do the cuts in between like this, little space in between the cuts, I'm going to show you, like you will understand more clearly. Finishing point of this cut, starting point of the lower level of the cut, it can be have 3/32 of the inches or 0.1 millimeter, 0.2 millimeter. It can be space between it. This is also acceptable, like this. But what we want is, this is what we want. Starting point, finish point of this upper level cuts should be aligned with this starting point of the upper level of the cuts. So this is what we want. But at the beginning, you may not be able to do this. That's no problem. Both ways acceptable. This is if you are using 7 centimeter cuts. Another thing is you should apply the cuts from right to left. It's not mandatory, and it's not a technical issue. It's not going to affect anything, but it happens to be believed in Islam, energy from brain comes from right to left, which is the Arabic letters, also right to left. It's free to try. If you read Arabic letters, your brain is going to be refreshed. If you read Latinized books, you will get tired and you will get sleepy. Brain energy circulates from right to left. So if you do your cuts from right to left, that's what they recommend. It's not technical part of the hijama, but if you want to try to do that, you can do that. This is if you're going to use the 7 centimeter. Can we do shorter than this? Yes, we can do that too. Our cuts can be shorter than this. Let's draw that cut in different colors so you will understand better. Instead of drawing 1 centimeter cuts, we can draw half a centimeter, but also space between these two cuts should be half a centimeter too. If the cut space is 1 centimeter, length of the cut also 1 centimeter, like here and right here. But if the space is half a centimeter, which is 5 millimeter, then length of the cut is it has to be 5 millimeter too. So these orange ones, it can be small, but no, this is the shortest, this is the longest cut. All of the length is acceptable, but we don't recommend anything shorter than this, and we don't recommend anything longer than this. So both ways going to be beneficial. Now we're going to talk about the finger and hand position of the hijama. You should assume the most comfortable position, whichever hand you will be using, right hand or left hand. You should take position, depends on the patient position too. I'm going to record separate video, but if you hold incision material as you see in the picture, that will give you more comfortable cuts. That's going to be much easier. I will show you why and reason for it. I will record another video for it. As far as what we can use for incision material, we have 3 options. The first one is the scalpel, and second one is the razor blade. Third one is the lancet, like diabetic people, they use to check blood sugar. Let's review each of them. I kind of go tends with the razor blade. Razor blade is much thinner and gives you much better. Using lancets is not appropriate for hijama. I'm going to show you why in live. I'm going to show you on the live patient video. You will understand much better. If you use this lancets will go through all the way deeper, and you will be able to take the lymphatic liquid and other liquid its body needs. So we don't recommend much this lancets. So you have 2 other options. One is the scalpel and other the razor blade. Razor blade has the advantage and scalpel has another advantage. Scalpels, most of the time, 99%, they are sterilized, clean material. Razor blade, because not sterilized, it's not there is nothing gonna cause for disinfection or anything. So you can, there are not million, there are billion hijama applications being done with the razor blade. So far there is no complaints. You can use razor blade. What is the advantage of the razor blade? Razor blade is much thinner, and there is no scar tissue it's going to be left on the patient body, and also pain is less than comparing the using scalpel. As far as how to do incision, this is how much I can talk about it. If you have any question, you may want to write to underneath the comment section, and if you're interested, with a little small fee, you can attend my live Zoom meeting, and also if you pass the test, you'll be eligible to request hijama certificate. Please do not start hijama application without attending proper workshop training. We do have workshop trainer in 20 different countries, more than 200 different cities. Also, if you're interested becoming one of our workshop trainer, 100% of the income they take, whatever they make money from that, we train them free if they attend our courses. Thank you very much listening. I'll see you in next video, which is going to be the second vacuuming.